into the Vet Tech Tap Room, where you will not make it past December 1st without being caught by Whamageddon. We play Christmas music here 24/7. Um, well, I do anyway. Dave puts in headphones and doesn't listen to
Yeah, I don't listen to that.
it. Hope you guys are well. It's Christmas Eve here at the Vet Tech Tap Room. We're gonna upload this a couple days after Christmas, but just for a timestamp, so it's Christmas Eve for us. We hope everybody is having a really happy and safe holiday season. If you are stuck working, I'm sorry, but also thank you. Um, and hope your shifts are easy, your clients are compliant, and your patients are nice and getting better. So, Dave, we got a lot to talk about in this one. It's kind of our
Yeah,
year end
yeah.
review, wrap up, a little bit of a preview for 2025, and a couple other things to chat about. Where do you want to start?
Oh, geez, where do we start? Well, let's talk about the year, what we went through and everything. Had some great episodes. We actually got to like see each other 3 times this year. That never happens.
Yeah.
Usually it's once at IVEX. Although now that we've started adding in our Phoenix staff meeting trip, it's jumped up to two. But now with Hive involved, we're getting to see each other more often, which is great. I love hanging out with you and getting dragged around to every brewery that you can find for me, which is awesome. I am the perfect travel companion because I'll just go wherever.
Yep.
Just take me there and I'll be fine.
Very cool.
But we had some great episodes this year. A lot of students at the very beginning. A lot of education focus. We had Doc Jim on as well,
Hmm.
and people that were in the education part of this profession. Um, and I feel like we got through a lot of good topics and a lot of there was one that we talked about with the where instead of just an externship or an internship, their whole program was like an apprenticeship almost.
Hmm.
Jennifer Gunther, I believe was her name.
Yeah, I think so.
That was a really fascinating episode to talk about because doing something different in the space, which is one of the things that we like to highlight and one of the things we like to focus on. But that was great. What did you love about this year?
We had a couple more international guests,
Yeah,
which
yep,
is always, I say it every episode we do, but I feel like so often we think about our problems as being in the US, and so I think so often we wrap up so many of our problems into this title change or title protection or whatever. And when we talk to people from around the globe, everybody is fighting the same battles
yeah,
everywhere. Maybe not with the name change and all that, but in terms of public perception and pay and utilization or collaboration or just all of the main five or six things that we would want to complain about globally. People in our profession have those same thoughts and gripes and things. So, but it's always really interesting to hear the education piece of it, and kind of licensure and all that. So that's always really fascinating stuff for me. As you've touched on, the education piece is a big one because I think there's so much that needs to change with not just vet tech ed, but veterinarian education as well. So those are always really great episodes. And then, um, which we're going to talk about in a minute, but I think some of the Prop 129 stuff and getting to talk to Aaron from Colorado, who does so much with the Colorado CACVT, the Colorado Association for Certified Vet Techs, because as we've talked about several times, membership in state VTAs is so vitally important. I don't know if you saw it, but I just shared a thing on Facebook a couple days ago from Michigan Vet Tech Association that they were having a hard time getting people to help with committees and board and things like that. And there's actually like a possibility they may shutter the association because of it. And
oof,
it's so important to to be involved. And I can't stress this enough as somebody who's a past president of CARVTA, where I mean we are a massive state with
yeah,
thousands of
yeah,
RVTs, and because our membership with CARVTA, like you get licensed through the state of California, you don't get licensed through the Vet Tech Association as you do in some states with volunteer
right,
credentialing. So our membership numbers are paltry compared to the number of credentialed technicians we have in California. And then, kind of aside from that, CVMA, the California Veterinary Medical Association, also has a membership arm for technicians, and a lot of techs don't understand the difference between the two
Right. Right.
organizations, or why, they don't want to be members of both. And so it's just like, it's really, really difficult. But the end of the day, if we want to make change, the larger the numbers we have, the more, frankly, politicians are going to listen to us, because they're the ones that are going to sponsor these bills,
Right.
that write these bills, that are actually going to affect the change we want to see. And that all starts with membership. And so it was really bummer to hear that. But I always enjoy those conversations. We've had a few of them over the years with different people from different vet tech associations. And again, same thing, like, we all face the same struggles with membership, and how do we provide value in that. So those are always really fascinating
Well,
discussions
and
to have.
to
So
just to jump back on onto one of your points is, if you're not involved, like serving on a committee, or serving on the
sure.
board aside, but if you're not involved, you're not getting some of that information
Yep.
until things have already happened
Yeah. Yeah.
without your knowledge. I wonder how many Colorado technicians, like, I don't know what their numbers are, if they've got a good membership there, but I wonder how many Colorado technicians didn't realize that this was going on in their
Hmm.
state until after everything happened.
Maybe.
Um,
Yeah, I don't
so
know.
there's things that, even if you're just being a member and getting the information, that's going to give you the opportunity to do something about
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Just because you're a member doesn't mean you have to sit on a committee
No,
or a
of
board.
course not.
You are a member, and then the board represents you. And so when the board wants to make changes, be it with the veterinary medical board or with a law in your state, and they say, we represent a couple of dozen versus a couple of
Right,
thousand of
right.
credential RVTs, like, it it makes a huge difference. And if cost is an issue, truly ask your practice managers,
Yeah.
or your hospital owners. I can almost guarantee you they are going to be members of their state veterinary medical
Hmm.
association. And if you ask them why they are, the reasons they give you are going to be the same reasons it is important for you to be
Hmm.
a member of your state vet tech
Yep.
association,
Yep.
and they should pay for it.
Yep.
it's
Yep.
it's ridiculously inexpensive,
Yeah.
and usually you have pretty good member benefits. So
Well, and I bet they're doing all that for their veterinarians.
yeah, for sure,
So
100%.
why can't they do it for their technicians?
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So I'll get off that soapbox before I get too high on it. But join your state tech
Yeah,
associations, for sure.
and we should say that that should be our tagline every
Yeah,
every end of every episode.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, speaking of, in 2025, we've decided we're going to make some changes.
Hmm.
Um, I noted that our intro and our outro for all of our episodes, I think we recorded those probably 4 years ago,
Hmm.
and it's time for some new, what do they call it? Copy, new copy for those, to update those. And also, we are taking back over our social media stuff. So the posts that you see coming from us are from Dave and Jeff, uh, not the company we were using previously, to help out with that stuff. So I've kind of enjoyed, like, getting back into that and looking up the stuff, and finding the different holidays, and trying to be creative and make posts that are going to give us engagement. Some of the things that your Thursday thought, what was it called?
Thoughtful Thursday.
Thoughtful Thursdays. Sorry, that always does get some kind of feedback, and the posts that we put up that say "show us pictures of your pets," that
Hmm.
always gets a good thing. And we decided that we're gonna do a post a week before those pet holidays to say, give us pictures of your pets so we can feature them,
Hmm.
and let them be the graphic
Advertisers,
that we
yeah.
used for the post, which I think is a great idea. Um, and then I found that through Riverside, we can make these snippets of quotes that we can get from the guests, to make those be our post upload reminders that, hey, listen to this, with a nice little snippet. Today I finished the one for Sam that we just recorded with. So nice quote at the end of the episode that you and I were both like, that's the quote for that.
Yep. Yep.
So trying to get some of that stuff done, and it's a little bit more work, but I mean, it gives us a chance to be creative and do some fun stuff.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that ties into a lot of things between with the website and
Yeah,
merchandise
yeah.
and kind of having more fun with it. So, yeah, so hopefully to some degree it'll be a little bit of a fresh look for 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then we just, as always, we got to get better about taking pictures with people we see and things that we're doing and
I
posting
mean,
too.
we didn't
And
we didn't take a single picture at Hive. And
I know, I know. We say it every time,
yeah,
but we never do. So,
new pictures
uh,
coming after our Phoenix trip. How about that?
yes, yes.
Which
Arizona Caffeinators, we will see
yeah,
you again in March in spring training. I think we'll be there right around March 15th or thereabouts for a
yeah,
long weekend. So more to come on that in
yep.
future taproom episodes for sure.
And we'll be you well tentatively. You're going to be at Hive with me in Chicago,
Yes.
pending how things are going back at home. I'm planning to go regardless because I was in Chicago last year for Vet Show, and I loved Chicago. It was great, and I wanted to go back. So
Yep.
hopefully we'll get to go back together, and maybe we'll be able to find a baseball game to go to.
Yeah. I would. I sure hope so. Yeah.
Like to go to a Cubs game, but if not, we'll probably spend 50 cents to go to a Chicago
Yeah.
White Sox game.
Yeah. Hey, either way, I'd be fine.
I'd like to go to both actually.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Right. Yeah. My second daughter's due to be born end of May, and I think that's what you say the first weekend of June.
First weekend of June. Yep.
As long as everything is going well, Molly's already kind of said I can go and what have you. So as long as things are square, but we'll just have to kind of see how things
It's
go.
in
But
pencil right now. It's
yes,
it's
it's
it's in
penciled
pencil.
in on the calendar. Yes, so that'll be fun, and then
Yeah.
IVEX in September.
Yep.
Um,
And maybe
let's
another.
see.
There might be another hives.
Yeah,
We were only told about the Chicago one, so
yeah, yeah. We'll see. I think they're trying to do two a year, so there might be another
I th-
weekend
I
later
thought it
in
was
the year
three. No,
or three, something like that. Yeah.
two or three. I don't know.
So we'll see. But
Yep.
yeah, so that'll be fun. What else is on the list here?
Well, we can talk about our VSPN courses. Charlotte Wack we spoke to at Hive and got permission to give away two free registrations for our caffeinators. My course, it's Hormones Gone Haywire. It's Managing Endocrine Disorders, is open for enrollment now. I'm going to make a post on this Friday to advertise for it and say, let us know if you want one of the two free registrations. Um, I don't know. Have we decided how we're going to give away those things?
No, I don't think we have yet. I
Okay.
don't think we have yet.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
And if you want to be enrolled in that, it's actually a 3 week course where I'm going to go over uh, three different real time sessions. First one's going to be adrenal disorders. Second one's going to be pancreatic disorders. Third one's going to be thyroid disorders. And I've got a couple other that I'm giving throughout the year, and you're giving some too as well, right? When
Yes,
do you know when those start?
I'm doing toxicology. I think in April.
Okay,
I want to say so. The court, like the registration and all that's not open yet.
right.
There isn't any of that stuff, but it's on the calendar. It'll be
Yep.
also 3 real-time sessions. We'll be giving away 2 free registrations for that
Nice.
too. So as soon as we have the graphic and all the
Yep.
details with that, we'll post that too. But that's probably another month or so
Yeah.
away
Yeah.
before we do all that. So yeah, we'll be doing that. And yeah. So definitely check those out. If you're not already a member of ESPN or haven't done their online CE platform, it is really high quality and pretty awesome. So, and then I'll also be doing some CE for Amy Newfield and vet team training
Oh, nice. Good for you.
in March. Also, of course, that's really all I do anymore is toxicology, but toxicology there. And
That's
then,
your niche, right?
yeah, that is. And then for vet CE, I'll be doing a webinar for them, I believe, in February or March as well. So trying to do a few things
Yeah.
before I go out on leave. So
Yep.
yeah.
And then when you're on leave, like you did last time, you're completely done
Yeah.
with everything,
Yeah.
which is great. That's what
Yep.
you need to do. Aside from going to Hive and going to IVEX.
Yes. 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 Yeah. So, but it's nice. I don't actually have to use CE days for
Yeah,
IVEX this year,
yeah.
or Hive. So,
You guys
but
planning it that way? Do you plan it that way so
yeah,
you can do that stuff?
I wish I could take credit for that, but absolutely not.
Just luck, just luck, I
Luck
guess.
of the draw. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, um, and then we want to talk about a couple of
yeah. A couple of I don't want to say
news
maybe
items.
controversial.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
The first one was you shared it with me that something was happening in a relief veterinarian group where there was something that happened where they kind of I don't know if impersonation is the right term, but they made a fake profile to kind of promote it, which has caused a lot of issues. And the real person that they were impersonating is it kind of chimed in and said, I don't know what any of this is. Um, but do you have more information than I could? Because when I read through the post you gave me, I was very confused on it.
No, and I really don't. Only thing I've really seen going around is the petition to
Yeah,
sign
there's a
it.
petition that yeah
And as technicians or assistants, you can sign it. And it was initially, I think, started by, or at least what I saw was a post Carrie Journey had made, who we had, if you guys remember back, maybe 2 years ago, we had her and Steven
I don't
Seagal
think it
on
was that
talking
long
about
ago.
their hospital remedy vets.
Yeah,
And so she basically had posted about it, and I've seen now half dozen, 10, 12 people share the
I
petition.
just don't understand what the motivation was to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's like you know, an AI thing gone wrong, or just
Yeah,
you know, I don't know. And it's maybe one of those things that happens more than we realize. Maybe this is the
maybe.
first
Yeah.
time it's actually been caught, quote unquote. I think there's more to come about it, but I highly recommend, if you haven't already seen the petition circulating about EVET and kind of holding them accountable, and you know, I definitely recommend looking into it. It's a really odd kind of situation. I think that's probably one of those things that's maybe more common in other fields, and
Maybe.
it just hasn't ever really affected.
Well,
But
and I
here it
think
had
that
happened here, and now it has. And
I think what confused me most is that it was on like a relief veterinarians group.
yep,
So, you know, as someone that works relief, like some of the posts were saying that I'm available to work such and such days. Like at some point, you're going to have to show up to a hospital, and people are going to be like, "Who the heck are you?"
right.
Like I don't understand how they thought that that was going to play
How that
out.
actually works. Yeah, I don't know. And yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. I think that I certainly don't know a lot of the ins and outs of, but yeah, the company is EVET, and there is a petition through change.org. I just pulled up the post here.
And EVET is a rebranding of, is it Vet IQ? Is that the previous name?
That
Or am I making that up?
you got me there. I don't honestly
I
know.
thought I saw that somewhere,
Yeah,
but I could be
could
wrong.
very well be. Could very well be. So anyway, there's quite a few posts around going about it. I definitely check into it, and if nothing else, just I used to tell my students all the time, like, your reputation, like, treat it like gold in this
Say the same
field,
thing. Yep.
and just be cognizant of what's out there.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So,
What else we got?
feel like we missed one or two things here.
Oh, what the Vet Anonymous is that?
Oh, yeah, VetTech Anonymous.
Vet Tech Anonymous, a group that I'd not heard of before, and apparently most people haven't heard of it because I the last time we looked there was only 6 people in the group.
Yeah.
Um, trying to petition about the Prop 129 thing. Um, so I don't know where that's going to go. I don't know how much momentum they have. They only have 6 people following them.
Well, yeah, and I don't know that, that could be something that is not the goal. And the way we found this was through actually a comment section on a post about Prop 129, and a link to that. And I'm trying to find it now so that I can pull it up here. about 129, and
Yeah.
there was some a couple people that were a part of the movement for it, and then there was some things. Wish I could find it.
Riveting podcasting right here.
Yes, 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 yes. Well, now I can't. Now I can't find it at
We're
all.
gonna have to fire the research department.
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna look up VetTech Anonymous.
Yeah, that's what I was just doing.
Although I don't know that I'll be able to get into it if I don't. Yeah, I think I followed a link to get to it, so I think you have to be a member of the group to actually see it because I can't see it.
Yeah, I'm seeing if I can find it on this post here. Okay, here we are. Yeah, Vet Tech Anonymous.
Ooh, they've gotten 8 followers now.
And yeah. Anyway, so it's just like a group that's, I think, trying to. I'm gonna look at their main thing here and see if I can find it.
So last time they posted anything was December 11th, and it said that they had reached out to major national news outlets for some of this stuff, and talking about antitrust laws and things like that. Um, and some of this I think is in the very early stages of things, so I don't know how much how much information we'll have that's accurate on this. But it seems like they are trying to breaking the monopoly, advocating for technician rights, fair wages, and legal accountability in veterinary medicine. So they're trying to go after the AVMA, I guess.
And
Which,
I think just the associations that were part of
right.
129, which was ASPCA, trying to just get word out and news out, and so it'll be interesting to see. That'll be something to keep an eye on in 2025,
Yeah.
and because they have a pretty large campaign going right now.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot that
Yeah,
they're trying to accomplish.
yeah. So it's called Operation Claw and Order.
Yep.
So be interesting to see what all comes out of that in 2025, if anything. And sometimes that stuff is multi-year.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's going to be fixed next year. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
this is just the beginning of things, and who knows, like it may get shut down like immediately, but
yeah, yeah,
hopefully something comes of it,
yeah.
something that generates change and generates support.
Discussion
Yeah,
and
and discussion, exactly. Yeah, so hopefully some of that
creative
stuff will.
ideas and um, you know good discourse and actual tangible change.
Yeah,
So so looking ahead for us, 2025,
yeah.
we've already got a good bit of episodes lined up. We're gonna do.
We got a lot of guests that we talked to at Hive. A couple that were excited to get going on, and one that we just kind of randomly started searching uh, VTS academies and saying, "Hey, we don't have somebody from this academy. Let's
Yeah,
get them on."
yeah,
Even though it's an academy that you and I would never never even consider
no, no,
applying for.
no. But fascinating. I think it's gonna be We haven't recorded the episode yet. I think we do
Right.
first week of January, but I think it's gonna be a great discussion.
Yeah.
And it's always really awesome to hear about the different academies and just again hear people that are so into their little niche
Oh yeah, yeah.
and like what they do and
And I'm always fascinated to hear like like their application process, like what are the skills requirements,
yeah,
what do the what do the applicants have to do to prove that they're worthy of this.
yeah,
And some of them are relatively similar to our academy, but there's a lot of them that you hear some of the stuff and you're like, never even thought to test somebody on that.
right, right, yeah, for sure, for sure. So that'll be fun. We'll of course have our May mental health episodes.
Yep.
We haven't. I've kind of been kicking around ideas for a theme. I think we might talk to some guests for those episodes that we've done episodes with previously, or did this year, or
Yeah,
by
there's been a few
chance?
episodes where like
Yeah,
this should be somebody that we talk to
yeah, yeah.
for May.
Yeah, so we will definitely be doing those again. Zoetis signed on to
Oh
back
yeah, that's right.
us again through 2026, which is great because that basically pays all the bills.
Yeah, that will pay our quote unquote operating costs
Yeah,
of this and
yeah,
everything else that's required to run this business.
yeah. So massive thank you to
Yes.
Zoetis. And yeah, I think that's about it. But we are officially 5 years in now, and
Yeah.
ready to. I mean, we're already kind of partway into year 6 now, but as
Right.
we get into the next
Calendar
calendar
year.
year,
Yeah.
I think things are shaping up pretty well for 2025.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think we're going to get some great guests. We've got some guests that we've had on our list for
Mm-hmm.
months and sometimes even we've got a couple guests that have been on our list for a couple years
For
now
a long
that
time. Yeah,
we're like, oh yeah, we got to get that, and just timing doesn't work out, and
yeah,
if their career path changes slightly, then they're like, oh, let's hold off for a little bit. But
yeah,
some guests that we're really excited to have on our show,
yeah,
uh, and hopefully that's going to come to fruition this coming year.
yeah, yeah, for sure. So, caffeinators, hope you guys enjoyed what we put out there in 2024, and I would say look for more of the same in
Yeah,
2025 as far as guests go and content and all that. But things are going to change a little bit, just how we do things operationally, but should largely be the same. But hopefully means more fun and
yeah,
more engagement and all that fun stuff for you guys. Maybe a little bit more work for us, but that's okay.
that's all right.
And we hope, again, as Dave said earlier, we'll be in the same place maybe an extra time or two next year
Yeah,
to hopefully see
that'd be
some of
great.
you guys together as well, which is always fun. So, hope you guys had a great holiday season. Happy New Year, because this will actually upload before New Year's
Yep,
Day.
this will
So,
upload on the 29th. It's live
happy,
now on YouTube, but it'll.
Happy New Year, Dave. I know you're not a huge like Christmas person. Do you like New Year's?
Uh, I used to. I used
Yeah.
to like going out and partying and staying up late, but now it's not that big of a deal.
No, I still love New Year's. Like there is something about like the idea of a fresh start, like that at 12 o'clock on January 1st, like it's a blank canvas,
But
and
it's not though.
it
Like you're the same person.
it's the same person. You do the same things, but like I think what's ruined it for a lot of people is like, frankly, social media, and it's like all of the stuff is like basically people dying, and you look back and the celebrities or the singers that died, and it's like, gosh, it's going to be more of the same next year. But like, I don't know. To me, I love the romance of like a fresh, clean slate and a brand new year. We haven't done one in a couple of years, obviously, but I love New Year's parties and staying up late and watching the ball drop. I really do love New
I
Year's.
I do remember like when I was little, I it was a big deal to do
Oh
all
my
that.
gosh, yeah,
And that was like a bonding moment for me and my dad. We would watch the Three Stooges marathon on Channel 38 WSBK back in Mansfield, Massachusetts. And that was always fun. And then tune out for a little bit to watch the ball drop. And
hmm
but just when I think of like my childhood, New Year's always meant the Three Stooges for whatever reason because they had a marathon on, and that was something me and my dad loved to do. But now it's like
yeah,
it's not that big of a deal. There was one year we were planning to go to Vegas for New Year's, and I want to say it was 2010, and we like booked the hotel, booked the flight. We're all ready to go, super excited, and we got a massive snowstorm in New England, and everything got delayed. Like there were no flights going out for a couple days. Everything got pushed back, and uh, spent so much time on phone with the airline to see what can we do. How do we fix this? And like, oh, we can get you on a flight on January 2nd. And it's like, okay, we're going for New Year's. We're planning to leave like 4 days before New Year's, so we have time to be there and go to parties in Vegas, and they're like, yeah, we can get you there 2 days after the thing that you're going for. We're like, ugh. So we had to go on 2011 instead of 2010. But ugh, that was a rough. That was such a disappointing New Year's.
Gosh, that's too bad.
But yeah, we
Um,
don't. I mean, we don't really do a whole lot. Like we'll have champagne, but
yeah.
other than that, we're
Molly can't
well.
really
I
stay
I
up past 9 o'clock anyway on a good day, and she's got to work first thing in the morning. I got to work
yeah.
early. I mean, I'm still going to stay up and watch the ball drop in the
Well, and
evening.
I think the other thing is that 10, 15, 20 years ago, where you watch TV, right? Like people had TV. Now we don't have TV. We have streaming services, and it's just not the same appeal to see that when there's so many other things to be watching instead of just people in New York City and sitting out in the
Yeah,
freezing cold watching a ball
yeah.
drop. It just
The other thing for me that I love about New Year's is New Year's Day college football.
well,
Now
there's that. Yeah.
that used to be the one like holiday I would request when I was younger to have off because
Hmm.
on the West Coast, like the noon games, they start at 9 a.m. here,
Yeah.
and it
You
was
watch all
college
day.
football like from the time I rolled out of bed all the way until bedtime, and I just sat on the couch and flipped between 15 games. And now they're like all over the map. There isn't even all that many on New Year's Day
Yeah.
anymore, which also sucks. But yeah,
Well,
I
and this week in the NFL is the most football week that there is. There's two games on Wednesday. There's a Thursday game. There's two games on Saturday, and then there's all the Sunday games, and then a Monday game. There's
yeah,
literally only Friday this week. There's
yeah,
you could watch football for
yeah,
5 straight days without
yeah,
missing a beat.
yeah. So good stuff.
Yeah.
So, well, we've really gone off the rails here.
Yes, we have.
Hopefully, still listening or watching. Happy New Year to you. Hope you had a great Christmas, and we will see you from the Vet Tech Cafe and the Vet Tech Tap Room in 2025.
And remember to join your state association.
Yes, please.
Bye, everybody. All right.
Okay.
That was good.